This is a full video walkthrough of the LEDGNT app. Now, my name is Christian Thiessen. I'm the founder and creator of LEDGNT. And LEDGNT is a financial tracking app designed specifically for real estate agents to track your closings, your expenses, and your miles in your business all in one place. Now, this video is for current users who want a full understanding of how to use the app, and those of you who are interested in maybe trying out LEDGNT, you are going to see every single feature in this video. So let's get started. The very first screen you're going to see once you get signed up is the dashboard. Now, when you first sign up, you don't have any data entered in. These are going to be blank screens. However, I have some dummy data entered in here so you can see how everything works. So the very first thing we are going to look at is the current stats. You will see your year-to-date snapshot, things like GCI, net commissions, closings, and volume. And right away you see this is very real estate specific. This app will not work for any other type of business. It is designed around real estate agent businesses. And the benefit there is that we can design this specifically for you guys so it has everything you need, but nothing you don't need. That allows us to get rid of all the bloat that other business financial tracking apps will have. So we see year-to-date averages as well, year-to-date profitability. We have a goals and targets section. Now, this goals and targets allows you to set whatever your desired GCI is for the year. So let's say we want to make 200,000. We're going to see our production targets change. Whoops, that's 2 million. Production targets change, and we're going to see these bars down here update as well. So at 200,000 with an average sale price, let's increase this. Let's say it's 450,000. We are going to see that we have to sell 16 homes a year, 4 to 5 per quarter, and 1 to 2 per month in order to hit that goal with 7.4 million in volume. And again, we're going to see these progress bars update in real time as we add closings and as we adjust those goals and targets. Down at the bottom of the first screen, we have year-to-date quick insights. We have our GCI by month, so you can start seeing how much you're earning by month and noticing trends in your business. You know, maybe quarter one is very good, quarter two is good, but quarter three starts to slow down. This will give you a quick visual insight to understand and see those numbers in real time. The leads section is going to show us where we are getting our business. So we see paid leads from Facebook, for example, are bringing us 23% of our business in this scenario, past clients 23%, etc., etc. We also have an expenses tab, so we can see expenses broken down by category. In this case, we are spending about 60% of our expenses are going towards advertising and marketing. So with these quick insights, we can start making quick judgments and decisions in our business based on actual numbers. And this is the big benefit to tracking your numbers in your business, is you can start making better decisions for your business to drive your business forward. Stop maybe wasting money on things that aren't producing results for you. So as we move to the next screens, we're going to see right here, closings, expenses, and miles. Now, all these screens work the same. So once you understand how to use one of them, you will understand how to use all of them. So let's start with closings. Every screen has a year-to-date snapshot at the top. It's got an add button and a quick view. So in this case, closings, we see closings, GCI, net commission, and cap progress on this bar here. Let me go ahead and delete this entry really quick. We'll re-enter it so you can see how quick and easy it is to update a closing. So before we do that, let's look at the quick view, because this works the same in every single screen as well. We have a search icon, so we can search by date, we can search by client name, we can search by GCI, we can search by sale price, address, any information the app has, you can search by that to find that closing's specific information. Now, when we open up a closing, we are going to see at the top a closing summary. So again, all of our information, we see the sale price, commission, the GCI, the broker split from that transaction, and any miscellaneous and broker fees that we have associated with that transaction. And this net commission here is what you will actually see on your paycheck in your bank account when you get paid. On these detail screens, we also have the ability to edit any entries we have. So if we made a mistake, or let's say, for example, with a closing, we pre-log that closing, but the closing date changes, or maybe the final sale price changes, we can go ahead and make updates here as well. So let's add a closing. Let me show you how quick and easy this is. Let's say it's 5/1/2026. We had a listing, and this is for Tony Soprano at 385 Jersey Lane. Now again, I'm on my computer here, so it's going to look a little bit different. Obviously, your keyboard will pop up, but let's say this was 525,000, and our commission rate was 3%. And we had miscellaneous fees of $350. So let me explain how miscellaneous fees works real quick. You will see on your screen there is a little question mark here that will explain kind of what this is, right? So these are transaction fees taken out before you get paid. So think about like franchise fees if you're with a broker that does that, team split fees, or any TC fees that come out of escrow. So when I was an agent with my brokerage, all of our TC fees were not paid directly by us with a check or a credit card. They actually came out of escrow before we got our check. So that's where you would put fees like this, calculated after the split with the broker. And we're going to see here we have a broker profile. This is our default broker we have set up. The broker split of $85.15, the broker cap of $12,000, and a fixed transaction fee of $125. So in this case, fixed transaction fee would be anything like if your broker charges an E&O fee or an admin fee with every transaction. That's where you would enter that in the settings screen in your broker profile. So let's go ahead and add this closing. And what we're going to see here is a little graduation cap icon. We'll also see that the year-to-date snapshot up here updated as well to tell us we are capped. And this transaction is going to actually calculate your broker split and fee directly from the broker profile. So you saw all you have to enter in is the sale price and the commission rate, and your split and cap will be calculated automatically. So in this case, our GCI was $15,750, and we only had to pay $1,019.09 in order to hit our cap. It also shows us that we have capped right here as well. So that is the closing screen. Actually, let me show you the commission split as well. So this is a cool little feature we have. You have the ability to select any transaction that you have logged, and what you're going to see is a net pay for that transaction. So let's go back and let's just select, I don't know, this one here. Net pay was $7,442. And this allows us to see exactly how much we're going to put into each account if we decide to break up our finances, which you probably should in your business, right? So it accounts for business, personal, and tax accounts. So let's say we put 20% in our business accounts. Maybe we need to save a little bit more for taxes. So we put 25% in our tax account and we take 55% for personal. And you see that what this screen does is it shows you exactly how much to transfer into each account so that you don't have to sit there and guess and make calculations, and you can be consistent in your business. And again, you have the option and the ability to do this with every single transaction. We also set the defaults that show up here in our settings screen, which I will show you in just a little bit. So that's the closing screen. Pretty straightforward. Again, my goal here was to make this app so simple that it is not a hassle to use. I know that nobody likes tracking their finances. You guys like talking to people, negotiating, writing contracts, selling homes. So my goal was to make this aspect of running a real estate business as easy as possible. Now in the expenses screen, we have a year-to-date snapshot just like before. We have a quick view just like before. We can open any expense we have. We can attach a receipt or add a receipt. And we also have the ability to see any expenses that have receipts attached. So the little page icon here indicates there is a receipt attached to this expense. We have the ability to view the receipt as well. So when we add an expense, super simple to do. Again, let's just do a dummy here. 5/15/2026. Maybe it was for $15.99. This was for, let's say it was a Zoom. It was a subscription, software subscription. Now, let me mention on the categories. These are all tax specific categories. So these are the categories that your CPA or your tax person is going to do and use to help you file your taxes. So these are all specific for the tax forms. You have the ability to link a transaction or an expense to a specific client if you want to track expenses tied to a client. So we're not going to do that right here, but you can do that, and we can type in a description here. So Zoom monthly subscription. This camera icon, I'm not going to open it right now, but this is how we attach a receipt. So when you click this on your phone, it's going to give you the option to open up your camera or open up your file folder on your phone. So if you have a receipt that's saved as a PDF, let's say you get something online and you get emailed a receipt, you can attach it here. Or if you have a hard copy of a receipt like I have here, you can take a picture of that receipt and it's going to attach it to that expense so that you no longer have to keep a box full of receipts or a folder full of receipts and sort those at the end of the year. Super simple, all tied to every single expense. And then again, we can pull those up and look at those at any time that we want. Now, miles works exactly the same way. We have a snapshot up top. We've got the quick view with the search. We see here the icon associated on the miles quick view is either a briefcase for business miles or a little person for personal miles. When we add mileage, we can add a date, add the miles, we can link that to a client. We can put a description like showings, for example, and we can select either business or personal use to log those miles. So those are the three main screens as far as the tracking goes. Let's look at the reporting screen. So on the report screen, you have the ability to see year-to-date reports, all-time reports, or year with a year selector for any data that you have. So let's just look year-to-date. We're going to see our profit summary up at the top, net commissions minus operating expenses, business miles for your total net profit in your business. We also have tabs here to look at income specifically, GCI, broker split, broker transaction fees, and miscellaneous transaction fees for your net commissions. We can look at broker costs specifically, so the split and any transaction fees that you have. We see expenses broken down by category. So advertising and marketing, $3,037 in this case. All the different categories have those expenses. And then we also have the ability to see miles broken down by personal or business miles. Lead sources shows us our lead sources and the amount of closings tied to them. So we see one closing, total GCI associated with that lead source, and the percentage of business that came from that lead source. Now, here's a very handy feature. We see at the bottom, we have export reports, either an Excel doc or a PDF. Now, when you click this, it's going to download an XLSX report to your phone. That is a CPA or tax preparer ready form. So once you download that file, you can literally just attach that to an email to your CPA, send it off to your CPA, and they have everything they need to do your taxes. Receipts, they can see the receipts, they see everything categorized as far as expenses go, and they see all your income as well. This is also valuable if you want to get deeper dives into your information. Every piece of data that is tracked in this app will be populated in that Excel document. Let's look at settings. This is the last kind of screen to take a look at. We've got our user profile. This is where we can set our default commission splits that we said. We've got a broker profile. So not everybody does this, but many agents switch brokerages throughout their career. Now, I know brokerages often have some sort of broker portal to keep track of all your income, but if you ever switch brokerages, you lose that information. So this allows us to either edit our current broker. Let's say we put something in wrong, we need to change the cap or the split, or we can add a new broker if we switch brokerages. So we can add a new broker, and let me kind of go through these very quickly. We put our broker name, our cap, our agent split. We put the fixed transaction fee, which we talked about earlier. Think E&O or admin fees tied to every single transaction. And then we have a cap reset. So some brokers reset their cap on January 1st every year, and some will do it on your anniversary date. So you go ahead and set that cap reset so that the app knows exactly when to start recalculating your split and your cap. The new broker start date, if you change brokerages, you're going to want to put this so that the app knows when to start applying that new split or that new cap to any future transactions. And if it is your only broker that you have entered in here, just put any date before your first closing, and that will help you calculate your split and your cap properly. Now, in the manage lead source section, there are dozens and dozens of lead sources available to real estate agents, but I did not want you to have to scroll through a list of 30, 40 lead sources every time you enter a closing. And so what we did here is 3 options. We have the ability to add a custom lead source. So we can always add let's say a referral from a particular partner if we want to. Let's do a insurance co, right? We can add that lead source. We can edit those lead sources if we want to as well. But then we see both active and inactive lead sources. So why is this valuable and important? Well, here, if we don't do events, we can deactivate this. If we don't do cold calling, circle prospecting, or expireds, or for sale by owners, we can deactivate those, and we see the active lead sources begins to drop. Now, for example, let's say we do have something that is not active on that list. Maybe we do direct mail. We can add that to the active lead source list so that when we go back to closings and we look at our lead sources, let me just do that real quick, we only see the ones that we have active. Again, I didn't want you to scroll through 30, 40 lead sources, especially if many of those you never use. So we see our past clients, we see all of our active here, the referral, the insurance company that we put, we get to see those in the lead sources as well. So billing subscriptions, I'm not going to open that because that shows my personal information, but that will show you the plan you're on, the monthly when it renews, and gives you the ability to update your card or upgrade to a higher plan if you want to save some money. And then there is finally a help screen. So the help screen, getting started, the full walkthrough. This is probably where you found this video, but if you want to watch it again, you can click here. Installation instructions, there's a video walkthrough of that, a quick tour of the app, a little walkthrough of that as well. Support page, if you want to email us directly or report any issues that you have, you can click there. And then legal is just terms and conditions and privacy policy. So that is it. That is the entire LEDGNT app. This is financial tracking built specifically for real estate agents. And my goal, one more time, was to make this as easy and simple and fast as possible so that you don't have to manage ugly spreadsheets, figure out formulas in spreadsheets, or learn complicated software that is designed for everybody instead of you specifically. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can email support@legent.com or hit the website and book a call. I'd be happy to do a demo directly with you or answer any questions you have. My name is Christian Thiessen. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will talk to you very soon.